Patchy fog early, partly cloudy, and a few showers on Friday. Good Thursday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, it's interesting. I don't normally start with temperatures at 8 o'clock tonight, but there's something remarkable that's taking place at this time. It is 74 degrees in Knoxville, 8 o'clock Thursday night, but 78 in Oak Ridge, but 69 in Crossville, so that's not that unusual. But what's really going on under the hood, so to speak, are the dew point temperatures. They're dropping. In fact, if you look at Madisonville and Athens, they're at 70. That's very swampy, very soupy-like. Bad hair days when we got dew points around 70. But if you look at Jacksboro, you look at places like Middlesboro, they're in the upper 50s. In fact, it's 13 degrees less humid in Jacksboro, Campbell County right now as compared to Madisonville. Athens, they're at 70. So this drop in humidity will be felt throughout the night and tomorrow into the weekend. So the comfort level is going up. The humidity is, in fact, going down. You can see that all oozing away graphically in green. That moves away through the course of tonight, tomorrow morning, and it will stay pleasant in terms of humidity right through the weekend. That is Mother's Day weekend. The brown area, we've flipped it onto the other side of the spectrum. Very dry. Dew points will be in the 40s. In fact, we'll be starting off in the upper 40s Saturday morning and near 50 on Sunday morning, which, of course, is Mother's Day. Speaking of Mother's Day, just beautiful and comfortable. Look at the dry air there in brown. For the time you're probably taking mom out to lunch on Sunday, so it's going to be a beautiful day on Sunday, something to look forward to for sure. But I want to talk about the radar because this was the other big story, because last night, we can't ignore last night, we had quite a bit of activity with all the rain, the hail, the wind, the flooding, all that. Notice it's all pretty quiet with the exception of maybe that little area near Cocke County where they have some river flooding. That's minor river flooding. We'll keep an eye on that. But meanwhile, the Ultimate Off the Radar presented by Marco's Pizza. If you haven't had dinner tonight, maybe you want a late night snack, go to marcos.com. They're in Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, Oak Ridge, and locations in Middlebrook Pike and Ebenezer Road. Maybe you're hungry for a pepperoni pizza, a pepperoni magnifico, as they refer to it, or maybe a new Pozzoli for lunch tomorrow. Check them out. I think you'll be impressed. They also give back quite a bit to our community, which I love indeed. By the way, the radar quiet, all things quiet. We had the rain this morning that came down in buckets. All the severe weather seemingly has now moved into central sections of, say, Alabama and parts of Mississippi. They have more severe storms tonight, and there's more activity in the Burgundy. Those are the tornado watches in parts of Texas, maybe even extending into southwestern Georgia. Meanwhile, more rain can be found from Buffalo back toward Chicago, while more snow. You knew I'd mention the snow. South and west of Denver, in the Rockies, they still have winter taking hold there. But lots of thunder across the far south, and that's going to stay out of harm's way tonight. But I got to show you this. This goes back to last Monday. What was Monday? Monday the 6th, right? The storm total since this little saga began this week. Because at the end of Thursday, many of us, I know officially we picked up just over 4 inches. 4 inches of rain in the last couple of days. Total for the month is over 4.5. But you pick out your favorite town. There were some 5s. There were even some 6s in, say, around Spring City, potentially. Now, some of it could have been, the numbers could have been contaminated Doppler-wise if hail were involved, because hail can sometimes make a number look a little higher. But we can tell you there were some very sizable, hefty amounts of rain that has occurred, and certainly we have no more concern for deficit, because when you look at the moisture deficit here, it looks like it's been totally eradicated. It's gone, maybe a few patches of purple, which would suggest maybe 1/10 of an inch in the hole, 1/10 of an inch in the deficit. But why is that different than what came out today? That's just, I got to show you this. Let me show you. The deficit looks like it's eradicated, totally gone in East Tennessee. We're not concerned about drought. We're not concerned about dryness. So how do you explain this, Aldrich? This came out today. The drought monitor says we have dryness. Well, that's pretty easily explained. This map, this drought monitor, actually cut the data off at 8:30 Tuesday morning. So it didn't take into account the rain that came in on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. So it didn't take in, it doesn't reflect the amount of rain that we've had that I just showed you. So if you take a look at the data that stopped 8:30 Tuesday morning, yes, we had some dry areas in Arthur, Middlesboro, and Tazewell. Those areas were moderate drought level 2. Oak Ridge, Carnes, and this came out this morning, mind you. Came out on a Thursday morning at 8:30, but it takes a couple of days. From 8:30 Tuesday in the morning to 8:30 Thursday morning, 2 days for the supercomputers to process all this data. So it's not like it's gone bad, but it gives you a good idea where we had some holes to fill. And I would certainly say places like Spring City has had quite a bit of rain. and also Decatur, Athens, and all the rest. Many of us are now going to be out of that mix as far as the drought conversation, I'm sure. And keep in mind, when you look at all the rain that we've had, there are some areas in the country that could still use it. I'm looking at southern sections of New Mexico, parts of central Texas, and maybe a few areas there in Iowa, and maybe into Montana where they're actually turning orange and red. So if you actually add up in the first 9 days, only, he says, 4.57 at McGee Tyson. That exceeds the entire month's worth. We've had more than a month's worth in 9 days, and we still have 22 days left to May, right? If you think we're not going to get any more rain for the rest of the month, think again. Some of us were really concerned that we were dry in April. April showers bring May flowers. No. Maybe it's May showers. What do May showers bring? I kept asking that question. People thought it was silly because I knew I could see from the data that May was going to be a super soggy month, and it's lived up to that expectation. Something we talk about quite a bit in detail on the Captain Accurate Premium side. Love to have you join us. By the way, our high temperature today, 826 when this is being recorded, but 77 was our high. That puts us in keeping with the normal. 63, the starting point. We picked up officially 1.13 inches of rain. Yesterday, 1.97. So it's been a very sizable, hefty situation where many of us have picked up 3 or 4 inches of rain. Wind gusts, 33 miles an hour. That occurred at around 8:23 this morning based on their numbers. But we did see a high today of 82. I was expecting 79 this morning. There was a 79 in Sevierville, 77 in Maryville, 82, though, in Oak Ridge. That was the hot spot. Middlesboro coming in at 80 today, while it was 79 in Crossville. So it gives you a sample. There was some variety and a little bit of variability. 84 the high today in Nashville, Chattanooga, while they hit 76 degrees in Augusta, Georgia from earlier today. 85 in Memphis. But tracking the clouds, we didn't have much for most of the afternoon. It looked pretty good. But you can see there's some flare-ups well to the south, just around Birmingham, where they're going to be dealing with more rain and storms tonight. Headlines, few showers on Friday. Some drizzle possible on Saturday. Now, I've left a 30% chance of rain on Friday. I'd say 10% chance you get some drizzle on Saturday. Not a big deal. But it will be beautiful on Mother's Day, just like Mom. You knew I'd say that, just like Mom. Because Mom, we're talking mostly sunny. She needs to be pampered, so I want to wish every mom out there, every grandmom out there, happy Mother's Day. What a special day it is, and that day is going to be for you. I think you're going to love the way it looks and the way it feels, because we've already covered the humidity factor, which will not be a factor this weekend. Storm Prediction Center, I want to highlight where the next round of nasty storms may be. There are some patches of isolated severe storms centered around Minneapolis, St. Paul to the far north, also into parts of Texas, but really the most active area, which is really the same system that came through us last night, will be migrating toward Tallahassee, Gainesville, Jacksonville, and Savannah come tomorrow. So Friday there will be some hot spots for some scattered severe storms there, isolated in green that would include Destin and perhaps Myrtle Beach, but Knoxville, no concern other than a few passing showers. Maybe a hot spot isolated in parts of West Texas on Saturday. Don't see that's a big deal. We're talking about areas south of Midland and well east of El Paso. Maybe a rumble of thunder for the Ohio Valley. I think that would be hard-pressed to get thunder here. I think it's just some drizzle. I don't see much going on for us on Saturday. But this, again, comes by way of our friends at the Storm Prediction Center. Talking about Thursday, though, watch where the front tonight goes. It continues to work its way toward Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, moves toward Atlanta with some rain there. Then on Friday afternoon, the rain's going to come from where? It's going to come from the north. It'll come in from Kentucky and kind of spin down into the Smokies. So I left just a 30% chance of rain tomorrow. Most of us will be dry. Saturday, maybe some drizzle. I think this is overstated because I think this front's coming in with the lack of much moisture. It's pretty limited, I think, in terms of moisture, and where it is will be mainly West Virginia. But you look at Sunday, oh yes, I see delightful written on the menu. Delightful for Mom on Sunday, with temperatures on Sunday in the mid-70s, about 75s would be great. And I do see some possible showers coming in Monday, but not all models agree with that. Look at the fog tomorrow. I would say if you had a lot of rain, and who didn't, right? When I just showed you all the amount that's fallen since Monday, there's a lot of moisture, a lot of water in the soil. So if we start seeing the condensation process start at 5 or 6 in the morning, we may have some patches of dense fog. This is where the models place it. They place it over Maryville, Knoxville, South Knoxville, and perhaps even Newport or Loudon, Madisonville. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out, but this would occur tomorrow morning. This is representative of about 7:30 so you might want to give yourself some extra time. Just look out the window. You'll know, yeah, it's foggy. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the way it could play out, so we'll keep an eye on that. But still, a few showers will come down from the north, I think northwest on Friday, as the winds will be about 5 to 15 on Friday afternoon. But tonight, scattered clouds, maybe clear for a little while, but then the clouds try to roll back in, and then some patches of dense fog. Low temperatures comfortable in the upper 50s. 54 for Wartburg tonight. Pretty sweet. 55 Middlesboro, 57 in Morristown and Athens. Looking ahead to Friday, 75, pretty sweet, partly cloudy, a 30% chance for showers, winds about 5 to 15, could be gusting a little higher. But Friday, about 71 for La Follette, only 67 for Oneida. Let's hear it for Scott County, 67 for Crossville, about 77 though for Athens, 75 for Newport, and low 70s for Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, a little bit cooler in Gatlinburg. Yes, 7-day forecast. Here it is. Your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 72 on Saturday, still very comfortable, partly cloudy, just nothing but sunshine, maybe a few wispy clouds on Sunday at 75, and then we're back in the upper 70s. The best chance of rain's coming back in on Tuesday. Now, that's the day to watch. I think we'll be hard-pressed to get any sunshine. We'll describe it as mainly gray right now, with periods of rain and storms, 80% chance of wet weather, and a 30% chance on either side of Tuesday. So Monday and Wednesday, still a little unsettled, maybe a spot of rain on Thursday. By the way, if you didn't pick up the Captain Accurate Weather app, I hope you'll notice that from last night's example, this is very handy. To get all the weather alerts from the National Weather Service, you also get 3 exclusive weather alerts from Barron, which sometimes can be very handy. The twisting storm approaching alert from Barron. The dangerous storm approaching. That's usually the precursor to a severe thunderstorm warning. Not always issued, but when they are, they'll catch your attention. And then lastly, is the storms in your area. That's any storm that might be strong to severe that's within 25 miles of your location. Very handy. And of course, you get the lightning alerts. Plus, you get up to 16 other locations of your choosing, while most apps give you 10. And if you want to focus on weather that goes beyond Mother's Day, maybe you are interested in, Memorial Day. You ready for Memorial Day? What about hurricane season? All these types of things we're talking about on a daily basis. As in our What's the Next Big Thing? Our premium members are the most well-informed weather. And even though they're not majoring in weather, they have a good handle on what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the road. And if you want to be the first to see every forecast to the tune of 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, sometimes on weekends, you can get that preview, because I do post it on the premium side before it's posted on the app. You get more Facebook Lives, you get fewer ads. Oh my goodness, you get all that for only $4.99 a month. That averages out to 16 cents a day. We'd love to have you join us on Captain Accurate Premium. But don't forget, Pete Michaels, weather and traffic, perfect together. The Captain Accurate Weather app, it's free. All you have to do is search the 2 words, Captain Accurate, at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You are so special and so much appreciated. I hope you know that. We'll try and do our best to show you that on Sunday. We'll see you here next time. Take care.